We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today our moon is in Virgo and it is square Jupiter in Gemini. This is showing us ways that we may need to work on ourselves, improve, or whenever we have a square, showing us ways we might be out of alignment. So this is a powerful, I will say, energy for working on yourself and what you need to improve. And this really fits the theme of this weekend's full moon, which is going to be our pink moon. It is in Libra, and this is bringing up many aspects that we've worked through last year involving relationships. Today's energy is all about doing a mental detox. This is where a lot of the inner work must be done, where we need to take any negative thoughts, flip them more positive, and we're also clearing and releasing a lot of old programming. We're going to talk about how this might be affecting twin flames with today's energies, but we'll start with a reading for the divine feminine just to see what is going on. Remember, these are just general readings, so only take what resonates for your specific situation. If it does, that's why I encourage you to do one-on-one phone calls with me under readings on my website. You can do this as often as you need them to. I've brought a couple of different kind of cards today. We'll just kind of flip and see what's happening. So different things are coming up. There's different waves of flames, a little bit different than the starseed waves. If you guys are navigating separation or you're not in union, you're the next wave, but dial it down and just continue to work on yourself right now. There's different, we'll say, waves of starseeds, flames, and things kind of going on. We'll see what's happening for your specific situation though. Real quick, make sure if you need me, you go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on there. I do ascension healing on there, and I also do relationship coaching and twin flame coaching through my website. So if you guys need anything like a twin flame reading, energy healings, energy clearings, book them on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I have tons of stuff in my shop all of the time. I'm always flipping through these energies with you guys, so it's really, really going to help you. Everything on my website, like I said, just kind of go with what calls you. Okay, so we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine to see what is going on the divine feminine side. I posted a post this morning saying divine feminine is working through control wounds of trying to control and micromanage things and needing to rest or surrender into divine timing with this connection specifically of whatever is kind of coming up for you. And if you are apart in separation, working towards union, the goal is that you can channel all of your energy into yourself. In these places, you're going to oftentimes find that your twin flame might come in and out of your reality or your timelines based on what is going on with not them, with you and what you're doing. So if you are in one of these spaces, really putting all of your focus onto yourself. Sometimes this requires us to let go of attachments to outcomes, how things are going, or to surrender to the process. However it's unfolding for you, this is how it should be going. So kind of surrender coming up for the divine feminine. We're going to do a reading for the divine feminine side of things. Divine masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. What's going on for the divine feminine collective? Our destinies are intertwined, and I love this. I can't find, I think I lost it, my infinity ring I wear all the time. I'm gonna go try to find it more. But when we look at the infinity symbolism, this is very, very reminiscent of twin flames, where you're gonna have different spaces where you are together and different spaces where you're apart. One of those spaces where we are apart is coming to earth, incarnating to earth. And you know that there are parts of your soul's journey that you must do solo, and that's okay. And there are going to be points where you reunite with your twin flame, and you even do spaces of union, even when we leave the planet. And so you know that your destinies are always interconnected. You're actually working on the same things. You mirror to each other the same core wounds, lessons, things that you have going on, even apart. You're going to find so much synchronicity between your lessons and what is going on or coming up at all times for twin flames. So you're very much working on or working through the same things all the time, even though it might not always feel like that too. So knowing that you have a shared destiny and even a shared purpose together. Okay, so for those of you guys, because I had someone asking this morning, if you're trying to like manifest, call in, or meet your twin flame, or you're in a twin flame separation and you're trying to figure out what's going on, or you're just, you know, on your ascension path, because a lot of people finding these videos might just be on the ascension path, the best thing you want to do is really tap into your own spiritual mission and soul purpose. This is different ways that might come about. It could be because we're dealing with Virgo, which is, yes, it's purifying energy and healing energy, but it's also being of service energy, like helping other people. We came here to help the planet and make the planet a better place. Sometimes the best place to start if you want to change the world is to change your own world through doing the inner work. And we can do that by really working on raising up our vibrational frequency, purging out negativity from within and with our thoughts and in our life, and doing this type of work is very, very helpful. But understanding that you have a shared purpose. So usually this could be one way that, like, if you're wanting your twin flame to find you, they find you, or you're trying to create a lot of positive energy and good karma in your life. Sometimes just really focusing on yourself and your own soul's mission, purpose, and journey will really, really help you. And we want to cultivate positive energy because this attracts this person or dynamic to us or into our reality on greater levels too. So when you're doing what you love, when you're helping people, when you're really, really on these higher timelines or in these higher versions of yourself, it really, really helps. This Virgo moon energy is all about anchoring the highest version of yourself here into the physical reality. It's about making the changes necessary in your life. It's about healing and doing better, purging out negative patterns and behaviors so that you can really, really become your higher self. I feel bad about how things went. I wish I could turn the clock back and do things differently. You're in a space, because we've been in a space of reflecting. Okay, so we are, it's like the elephant in the room. We have just trekked or moved through Mercury retrograde. We still have Venus retrograde until the 12th. That's okay, but it's not usually kind for your love life, like these retrogrades. But it is really good for getting a higher view and getting perception and kind of getting a lot of downloads. Expect a ton of downloads right now. This could be revelations, insights, intuitive nudges, things like that in today's energy. You're in a space of reflection. Doesn't matter if you're apart or together with this person, you're really, really getting a lot out of this connection in a very, very powerful way. So just kind of know that. The mirroring and what I was being shown just got too intense. So I love it. First off, we notice all of this stuff kind of coming up usually with our divine masculine. And then when I call it flip the mirror, it can get intense because you're realizing that they are showing you probably shadow, unhealed aspects, things you need to work through, wounds that might get triggered. This is where the deepest inner work is done. It's a lot of ego and shadow work that comes up so that we can heal things and have healthier connections. Many different things can get triggered to the surface, and it depends on what is there. So mirroring gets very intense in these connections, but it is powerful in helping you to work through and transmute negative energies, frequencies, deep wounding, whatever's coming up or being, I should say, shown, but whatever you're also feeling going through this connection and navigating these energies, because it can bring a lot of intense energies to the surface. This is beneath the surface. Hidden truths, something unknown. Oftentimes, and this is welcome to Planet Earth 2025, us doing spiritual awakening ascension, it can trigger a lot of heavy energies and repress things to the surface, especially being in this type of connection. We see that anyway, dealing with love. Sometimes it can bring up shadow aspects, wounds, traumas, karma, whatever it is to the surface that needs to be dealt with. So we have like things coming up. You are being shown things, you're being made aware of things on a deeper level. So here I have my kitty. Okay, so sorry. You're being made aware of things on a deeper level, and this is things coming to the surface. It's everything unhealed. It's the baggage, it's the shadow, it's everything that you're working through to make your spiritual or your soul's ascension. And so I was saying this morning, I help people to ascend into the 5D. I help people to expand their consciousness and to align with this new 5D frequency coming into the planet and help you do the inner work, whatever that looks like for you. It's sorting through and healing your baggage. This could be karmic baggage. This could be patterns that you're working through, things that have been keeping you stuck, things that have been keeping you blocked. It's like letting go. It's, I would say, unbinding, right? Unbinding and unwrapping all of that. This is a connection that's meant to do just that. So you're learning also how to better connect with, take care of yourself. So this is also a connection that requires a lot of healing, self-work, self-care. But then you begin to really, really come into a higher frequency much faster, which is obviously very, very beneficial to all areas of your life too. So the work that one might be doing might be a little bit different for everyone, but it's all about letting go of past energies, clearing out blocks and clearing out your energy so that you can embody and shift into this higher frequency on the physical and hold more light. We're anchoring the light in with this Virgo moon energy in a really, really big way. So oftentimes as you're going through a spiritual awakening, you might be going through a lot of DNA activation, light body activation, Kundalini awakening. It just kind of depends on where you're at in the process. Oftentimes twin flames go through an acceleration of the same ascension journey. So it's like more work comes up faster in learning with this person, however that might look like for you. They're probably going to mirror your own baggage and stuff back to you on some level, or your own situation, and to show you things about yourself to help you through this process. Okay, creation. This is soul expression and something new. There's a lot of creative energy in the air when we deal with Gemini. It's all about learning, communication, and things like that. So this is also creative energy and how you're channeling it. This is what we're meant to be doing, whether you are, and this is what I encourage everyone to be working on, bringing through the highest version of your dream life, whatever that looks like for you. And we do that holding that space energetically and working our way into that higher frequency energy, which also helps us, higher frequency energy, attracting more aligned opportunities, people, and connection that really, really resonates with us. As we're resonating on that higher frequency, we're going to be attracted to that higher energy, but also channeling it into your life. Really following your soul during this time is really, really going to help you. So oftentimes, and I love this because we have the butterfly card. It's something I talk about almost daily on these videos, and the changes and the metamorphoses. Now, oftentimes you might be going through, I say several ego deaths, spaces of the death, rebirth, and I mean versions of yourself and who you are, and to the point where we've had a lot of experiences and even traumas and things that we've been through in the past that may have left you a little bit fragmented. This is where the healing comes in to help make yourself more whole and to fully, really, really integrate this into the now. Divine Feminine, you're healing from past experiences and previous experiences that you've been through. But as I say, you're kind of putting your pieces back together, but putting them back differently as you're going through this healing process. Thought, vibration, resonant choices, and signature signals. Now, the goal is to do this work because when you're out of tune or you're out of alignment with yourself, you notice you fall out of alignment with this union or with this person. This is about being in your highest frequency, in your highest divine alignment. You're going to notice that you're really attracting this person in. You're purging, you're having upheavals, you're out of sorts, your life is falling in. You're going to notice this person's probably moving away. Right? Okay, jokes aside, right? But you're in alignment and you're feeling really, really good. This person's right there. Now that is the paradox, as they call it, of things, because usually it might be this person who's even triggered some of these emotions and things in your life. It could feel like this person's come in and kind of ripped apart things, or you know, you were neatly kind of wound up and packaged up tight and this person kind of opened things up for you. They very much may have. They may have triggered old wounds or reopened old wounds. They may have shown you things. And of course, sometimes in these spaces of separation, you're going through somewhat of an ego death. We can talk about winter representing that too. Now that we're coming into the spring, things are going to get a lot better as we're soaking up some of those light codes and some of that sun energy too. You're going to start to feel a lot better. Like if you're somebody who's like kind of depressed in the winter, I mean, this is part of the awakening that it's representing, the past couple of months of healing that we've been through and kind of coming back into that space of renewal. The butterfly represents this. This is also a spirit message, a message from the other side. It can represent our light body, but of course it represents the DNA changes that we're going through. Caterpillar goes into the cocoon, probably eats a bunch of leaves, food I was gonna say, goes into the cocoon, eats up a bunch of leaves and comes out a butterfly. But a lot of you guys are in the cocoon yourself still spiritually and going through a huge transformation within these higher energies coming into the planet, or your twin flame is. If your twin flame seems to be unreachable, having not a lot of communication, not getting a lot, they're probably in this, I call it the cocoon phase, and you are too. Like, they've unknowingly put you in there following their guidance to get you where you need to be too. So just trust the process no matter what phase of your awakening or your ascension you're in. We know the caterpillar, it comes out a much different person, organism, right? Going through this process. So you might be in a little bit of a cocoon phase too, kind of pulling out of it. You're seeing some signs though from your masculine side that they're doing better and working through their process too, leaving you to work through some sort of process in your life too. Okay, Ascended Masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. You have so much help in the spiritual. This is about really connecting with the spiritual realms and the spiritual dimensions, which are right here. And so you may be connecting with, the twin flames open up portals for angels, archangels, ascended masters to come through. You might be working with specific beings that are trying to help you during this time, either on your ascension journey or with your spiritual path or your spiritual mission in some type of way. They might be around trying to help you with your twin flame union in this work. A lot of people complain, I know, right, about the work required for twin flames, but it's actually not as difficult as people make it. It's the same ascension work that everyone is doing. So your twin flame will show you how you're doing with your spiritual awakening and your ascension. And if there's more work left to be done, you'll kind of know it by your twin flame connection and relationship, how it's going, whether in union or the process into union. It depends. Okay, so once again, we have a destiny card again, and then how you're focusing your energy. Some of you guys are putting too much energy on your twin flame and they can't handle all of that energy. So if you sit there and you put all of your focus on this person, it's too much of your energy. They can't transmute it. It's like you reach burnout and fry out. And so a lot of the divine feminines are learning how to shift your focus onto yourself, your own passions, your own projects, and other activities in your life. And it depends on what those activities are. It depends on what you should be doing. We talked about spiritual work and your spiritual path and working through karmic patterns, blocks, programs, old thinking, ways of being, stuff like this. But also, so that's the spiritual work, and it's very important in all of this. But also in the physical, what you're putting your focus on. And so you'll probably find you have a little bit more time within your spiritual awakening, especially the more work that you've done, hopefully, or in the twin flame journey. It's all about how you're filling that time, doing activities that bring you joy, light you up, and make you feel good and alive. It's about truly living life, but also about, there might be like projects, aspirations, opportunities. This could be your job, business, other things going on, things you're feeling inspired to build. It could be creating a nice home, creating a nice business, an idea you have, anything. Like, we came here to, as creator beings, I call it creator beings, right? As creator, we came here to bring that creative energy down into the physical and to really channel this ascension and these 5D energies into the physical. So much more is possible during this time. It might have taken you so many X amount of years to do something, and you're doing it very fast. Once you've decided and you're moving with such purpose and conviction, you're bringing through things a lot faster. You're noticing when it comes to your manifestations and everything else. Twin flame is actually something you're manifesting in the physical. It's something that we need to learn to balance within our own energy. This is a reading for the feminine, so we'll stick to that. So you're needing to learn how to balance your own energy and your own frequency with this person. And so it's all about coming in alignment with yourself and inner union to manifest that into the outer. It's about purging out the blocks and negative limiting thoughts that have been keeping you apart or blocking your own union through doing this inner work. When you remove or shift out of a negative way of seeing things, pattern, belief, it does that for your masculine side too. So this inner work is very important to continue to, Gemini energy, remove limiting thoughts and beliefs. When we deal with Virgo energy, it has a lot to do with the mental. Because we're in the Virgo moon. Sorry, I'm all mosquito. Okay, when we had to do with the Virgo energy, it's very mental energy, okay? So it's all about letting go of today, limiting thoughts and beliefs. You probably might be a little on overload. Today's energy requires you to kind of take a deeper look at your nervous system and maybe chilling it out, doing things that are relaxing, right? Especially if you have been in upheavals, purging, drama, whatever it is. Really doing things that heal your nervous system, okay, and your thoughts. And this is about clearing a lot of our old programming, 3D programming, to once again ascend into a 5D state of consciousness. So basically, the only thing ever blocking your union is, once again, limiting beliefs, okay, and things like in that level. So as we do the work to clear out some of these patterns, it'll really, really help you. You guys know if you need help with it, that's why I'm here, to help you guys to pinpoint patterns, raise your frequency, and on the energy level if you guys need help. So we have the King of Wands. Some of you guys have been, all right, this is my lacking energy and not really going after your goals. I saw that big time on planet Earth. Like last year, 2024, we kicked off the planet like real fast. And then 2025, I've never seen such a slow kind of moving planet. Like, hey, whatever. All right, so this is, some of you guys need to get outside of your comfort zone because you might be a little bit unmotivated, we'll say. Maybe you're losing your spark. You're just feeling not really, you might be feeling a little lost, lethargic, not really charged up. Like when we get excited and we get a goal, we get really charged up. It brings a lot of positive energy into our life. So when we lose our sense of direction or we're not really sure, you know, we get stagnant. Like this is the comfort zone. This is where you Netflix and chill and don't do a lot and you're very comfortable there. We know that. But this is like going bigger with your life. And so sometimes starting a new project, getting excited about something, getting a goal, it'll bring that spark back. That's what we need to do. We need to keep that spark going. Now, I love Aries season. A lot of people might not like it, but I feel it's bringing a lot of high frequency energy. We've been in the highs for days. Like, right? We have a lot of energy coming into the planet. We can use it. It's bringing a huge spark of energy, Aries season, before things kind of go back into the, you know, couch vibes or Taurus season. Okay, so we have a lot of energy right now. We want to be tapping into it. This is the first sign of that. Zodiac is like the go-getter energy. Perhaps you're needing a little bit more clarity or direction on your path to keep you charged up. Maybe you've been spread thin or overgiving or overcompensating. Maybe you've been, a lot of people overwork or get a little burnt out. That's okay with this energy. It's like maybe needing to charge your energy up and maybe get a little bit excited. And I'm not going to go too into why, because I have these two last cards. Maybe Divine Masculine, there's a block there. We have this card flipped, okay? You might feel that they're controlling the situation. That's an illusion. They never are. So sometimes we love to, my favorite, blame the masculine. I see that as a culture, right? But in reality, they're following their soul and their soul's guidance. We have two different people, and it's almost like trains. I love to compare it, right? We got two trains going in the opposite direction, right? And it's like you're each kind of tuning in and following your soul and doing this work. Nothing you ever say, people don't like this, is going to get through on that level. It's them following their soul of their guidance of what to be doing. So you might feel that they have taken control of the situation, but they haven't. I always say that's the illusion. If you're feeling out of control or powerless in this, they are too. They're literally going through what you are in a different direction. Like, right? They're going through it too. And a lot of you guys see that. Men and women in these situations oftentimes have different things they're healing, different wounds, and, you know, different sides of the equation meant to come together though, right? Obviously, but a little bit of a different process for both as you're going through this. So you might feel there's some type of delay, block, setback that's making you lose your motivation. This might be having no drive, feeling lack of energy and movement, or just holding yourself back in life. This is why it's always a really good idea to work with a spiritual mentor or coach that can help you, because they're going to make sure that you're really putting that time and effort into yourself, and they're going to help you with your blind spots you may or may not see. Right? Okay, so this is always sometimes a necessity. I always talk about that, okay, so for this, there's some type of block coming up. You might be aware of this block or not so much. It just kind of depends on what's going on or what's coming up for you. You still have things coming up. You might still have some blocks or things you're working through. The good news about these higher energies is You should be aware of this, like you're being made more aware of some of these things kind of going on. So you should be a little bit more aware. So oftentimes you're doing a lot of deep spiritual tuning in and insights, but you're being made more aware of like what to be working on, if there's things going on, what to be doing. Not sure, start with a reading on my site. Make sure you guys are doing some of that energy healing too. It's going to help you if you're feeling, because this can represent for divine feminine feeling a little way down, stuck, or stagnant. That's where the energy healing comes in. That's why I put so many of them on my website for you guys, because I know this. Okay, so maybe some type of energy healing for this. And it's like solar plexus energy, not to keep going for the divine feminine side. It's like solar plexus energy coming up and needing to really tap into your soul and your willpower for that sense of direction and clarity to keep you going or motivated or charged up or even living life. Just kind of depends on how that is going for you. So you might feel a little blocked up. Now I was thinking about, you're absorbing a lot of energy as an empath. You're picking up a lot of energy. Funny, because that's coming up on the masculine side. And so oftentimes you're having to learn how to transmute a lot of energy. Or we feel heavy, we feel stagnant, we feel stuck. And sometimes it's not even from our own energy. It's from everything we're picking up, because the collective energies are very heavy lately, if you guys didn't notice, right? Or even maybe you're dealing with a lot in your life or personal life, and you might be absorbing a lot of different energies. So energy healing, solar plexus work will help you right now. Okay, so we're going to do divine masculine. Divine masculine side of things, divine masculine collective, divine feminine if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. Higher forces are trying to guide us together. You can't mess this up. This is like with the karmics, you guys always rush right in, and it's amazing until the contract is over. And then I know, like, okay, you might fall out of resonance, might be real dramatic. Now, and then this is also what I'm getting at, is this is the forces of the universe that are guiding you through your lessons. And so sometimes we learn with someone for a short time, sometimes a little bit longer. The people can come and go in our life, whatever it is. Now, with Twin Flame, the universe is very much trying to guide you together with this person. And you're going to know that. I brought these cards because they're a lot to do with synchronicity. And you know that your connection is being divinely guided, and that if you veer off course or you feel you're off course, the universe tries to recorrect your timeline. And so this could be like, you might have messed things up with your flame, the universe brings them back in or tries to correct it. And this just depends. Everything kind of aligns as it should during that time. Divine masculine, you're getting a lot of signs, synchronicities, and maybe even just thoughts about this person where you spend a lot of your time sitting around thinking about this person. You might not know why. If you're not with them especially, you might be like, I can't get this person off my mind, I'm not sure. But even with them, you spend a lot of time reflecting on this person, maybe their energy or this connection. The divine feminine in your life is playing an important role in your healing or even your awakening and your ascension journey, helping you on some level with this. My soul wants to merge with yours. I was making jokes about this yesterday with someone, like, that's exactly what people are afraid of. This is not just a physical or spiritual connection. You literally, okay, it's like you have two people and you kind of go through life and you learn your own lessons, you bring it all together, and it's like that. And this is like how it is with us with Source. Like, we upload, we say download from Source. We upload all of our experiences into the, say, Source, into that energy. And so it's like everything. It's like that with your twin flame. And when you come together, you're also merging together on that spiritual, but also that physical and energetic level. So that's why the energy feels very intense. There's a lot of people who have never felt energy in their life, and they very much feel this person's energy, or they feel that divine energy around your connection. So oftentimes that's the spiritual energy that you're feeling. It's source, so much of that source energy around your connection, and it can be very intense for both of you. Outside energies and circumstances got in the way. So this is like, sometimes we talked about outside energies can throw off union. It just kind of depends. I feel the universe uses everything around us though, as it feels. This could be friends, family, other partners and things like that kind of interfering, or it could be just picking up a lot of outside energies. We talked about that. That could be picking up old programming in the way, blocking things still. It could be things in the collective field, people around you. This is where the inner work comes in too. Now this person, we have emotional desert, inactivity and isolation. So we talked about being in the cocoon. So when the DM pulls back to go within themselves, that's where they like to be with their inner thoughts and kind of doing this work. This is the cocoon card, but you might feel, Divine Masculine, that you've been a little bit isolated lately, and maybe you've been needing to go through spaces like that. It depends. When you're going through a lot of intense activations, especially light body activations, DNA activations, and things like that, you might be spending a little bit more time by yourself. This is Archangel Raziel. This is justice, harmony, and solutions. This is my karmic balancing card too. So you might be going through some type of karmic healing or resolution of karma. Karma is simply things that are unfinished or unresolved. So old traumas that are unresolved, we carry these within ourselves, unfinished situations, unfinished connections, something unhealed that might be coming up and affecting you in the now. It's things we still need to work through on a spiritual, soul, or even energetic level that we might still be carrying around. So it's like sometimes we still need to heal from past situations we've already been through, or it could be something currently in your life, especially if it's coming up as a block to your union or hindering your union. We have your spirit guides, spirit mentors and teachers. I love this because you're gonna find people in the physical that are here to help you, that can act as guides for you, or spiritual guides. I'm like, hey. But this is also connecting with your actual spirit guides in the spiritual too. So some people can come in and out of our reality. This is why it's always a really good idea to get a spiritual mentor or someone that can really, really help you. This will accelerate your journey and your ascension and help you so much, but also connecting with your spiritual guides. So sometimes your spirit guides might draw you to obviously do some type of spiritual work. Pay attention where you're guided or where you're being guided. This could be connecting with a healer, a medium, a psychic, or even getting a spiritual mentor that'll really, really help you. It's why I always encourage you guys that are on the twin flame journey to do my twin flame coaching. I've put it together specifically, and it's really easy. It's only 6 calls. I put it together to help you to heal specifically challenging areas that I see come up specifically for twin flames. That'll help you so much to accelerate your journey so you're not staying stuck on certain levels. Okay, personal guide, guardian angel, and spirit family. Perhaps you have a crossed over loved one that looks after you. This could just be your angels or your guardian angels, but oftentimes this is like someone on the other side that's still around and trying to look after you. They might be they might be a spirit guide for you now, or they're just a loved one in spirit, but they are helping you so much from the spiritual and playing an important role in your spiritual awakening. Okay, so this is my favorite, and I brought these to pay attention to little signs, keys. If your keys are getting lost or getting moved, right? I'm like, I always put mine back in the same spot. And this is staying up, but jokes aside from that, you might be getting little spirit messages in different forms, especially as the frequencies are rising up and we're able to perceive, tune into, and tap into the spiritual a lot more. So this is like doors opening and new opportunities opening. As you are raising up your vibrational frequency, you're going to start to notice that you attract so much into your life on the energy level. You're dealing with a lot of, this is my moon card, old, repressed, undealt with emotion. So this is going to trigger you a ton. I had someone leave a comment on some of my content yesterday talking about purging. That's emotional upheaval. This is, a lot of times masculine doesn't go through it the same as the feminine. They might. So feminine side, crying and purging, but masculine, you might find yourself purging if you're feeling moody, depressed, and you're no longer feeling content, not feeling like doing much. And that's a sign of needing to clear some type of stuck energy in your life. Okay, so both are dealing with a lot of energy surfacing because of the twin flame situation triggering it, whatever you're going through. So also keeping your energy clear, especially if you're feeling those kind of signs, opening your heart to love. Okay, so we have my 6 of Wands, and usually this is a really good twin flame card when upright, but there's some type of block here, and this is like you're needing to work on your self-esteem and confidence, okay? Are you following the crowd? Are you trying to stay in that 3D state? Are you trying to stay in that 3D state of consciousness when your soul is really guiding you to do this work into the 5, and you're just worried about fitting in? in some type of level. Sorry, my cat's kind of coughing. She's eating grass. Okay. So maybe you're worried about kind of fitting in on some level, or you're needing to heal something. Once again, solar plexus coming up doesn't surprise me because we also have the sun card. So this will help you. So that when you're healing your solar plexus, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have stronger energy. You're being guided to really heal your energy, your emotional body, and your energy body, especially on the twin flame journey and things like that too. So this is like really healing your energy and becoming more magnetic and making your aura stronger. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. This is connecting with your own inner feminine energy, but this is also your divine feminine. Perhaps they're super kind and compassionate and supportive. You might be really opening up to the unconditional love of the connection and how powerful the feelings feel when you're in your feels, thinking about your feminine. And they are helping you also to connect with your intuition and to bring more imbalance. They're opening up your empathy. This is a huge message for the divine masculine, what you're going through today, where you're being guided to open up to more love, empathy, and compassion, especially the unconditional love of this connection, right? And really feeling it and being in your feels. So we have a lot of solar plexus energy we talked about, healing how you're showing up so you're more confident in your energy, your aura, and your connection. Also healing your heart chakra. This helps you to be more open to love and unconditional love, and really feeling the unconditional love of this connection and how your divine feminine is helping to open you up. Yeah. If you've been kind of closed off, I'm not doing love, they are helping to change that and shift that. And they're really, really helping you to melt through any or dissolve through any walls, blocks, anything like that. And you're noticing a big transformation happening in your energy as you're becoming more open energetically and even aligned during this time. These energies today are powerful for that unconditional love, but also aligning in inner union and getting in your highest inner alignment. That's a lot of what the masculine is trying to do. They're trying to feel good, whole on your own, right? And aligned. And we talked about kind of clearing any stuck energy. All right, I'm going to go on that note anyways. I do have tons of healings and activations up on my shop. If it's in my shop, you can do it all the time anyways, if it's still up there. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com.